What a week, you guys.
Yeah, I'm tired, honestly.
So we did Digital Hollywood.
Yeah, which is a conference.
Digital conference for day one was different than like day two versus like day three.
I feel like they had different focuses every day, with day three kind of being the podcast day.
One, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was all like about like tech and entertainment and those intersections, I believe. Yeah.
And this is my worst day, and we were featured on day two for a live broadcast. So maybe you came here from there. If you did, welcome. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
And we don't usually do this, so don't get too used to us telling who we are at the top of the show.
Exactly. No, we're all professional now. We met professional people.
Yeah.
We did professional things.
We met Keegan's favorite person.
Oh, I love Kim Coles. She was like the sweetest person of all time. And I was obsessed with Living Single. I like rewatched like full seasons of it last year. I love that show. To me, it holds up. It's so fun. And it was such a huge part, like center stone of my youth and childhood because it was the first time that I'd seen. It's essentially like Sex in the City with black girls, but almost better. Yeah, but almost like better. And it was awesome. So Sinclair from Living Single was there, Kim Coles, and she was the sweetest. She did this thing that I was telling Cassie about because she didn't come up with you and I initially to go say hello to her. She did this thing that I think is so wonderful and sweet and supportive, that when we walked up, she said, "Hi, how are you? How can I support you?"
Yeah.
Which was like the most wonderful thing that somebody who's in that kind of position could say to someone who's in our position.
Right. Yeah.
It was just so lovely. Yeah.
She was incredibly sweet.
Yeah.
I look like a full-on troll in the picture we took, so
You don't look like a troll at all.
So funny.
Look horrid.
Well, you guys be the judge because it's on our Instagram. So
I have gained back 20 pounds. I got to get back on that keto life hard.
White Claws. Back to White Claws.
Back to White Claws, and I am.
they have them at Ralph's right now.
Oh,
which is like amazing.
By the time we get done recording, they'll be gone, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Because I actually bought them last week or a couple of days ago because I was like there. I wasn't anticipating buying any White Claws, but they were actually there. So I was like, well, I have to now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no choice because they will be gone immediately.
Get them when you can.
Oh my God. So I have not gotten it yet. I don't know if you guys have, but Disney Plus launched. And everybody has fucking Disney Plus right now. I'm going to do the 7-day free trial.
We're going to sign up for sure.
Yeah. And The Mandalorian came out, which is a Star Wars kind of bounty hunter centered TV show on Disney Plus. And guys,
have you seen it?
No, but we need to talk about Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah,
Have you
seen
seen
pictures
Baby
of it.
Yoda?
Baby Yoda.
Oh,
show her.
I mean, not
fucking.
I'm
not
so
to be
excited.
exaggerating, but I would die for this little creature. Look at it. He's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my God! Like
If that's not a top selling Christmas,
oh my God,
everyone's
toy,
getting that at
like
Christmas.
everybody.
so fucking
Buy it
cute.
now.
Very
I
smart.
love it.
People can get beat up at the store for that one.
Oh my God. I saw it and I was like, oh, they took everything I love about babies and then just combined it with, it's the most Disney-esque
You know it
thing
smells
I've ever
like baby
seen. Like
powder.
eyes are like 3 times the size that they should be.
It
I
makes me
fucking
think
love
of
it.
Gremlins.
Oh, so cute.
A little bit.
But a cuter version.
Yeah, it's
like,
almost
it
it's
kind of reminds
cuter.
me of Puss in Boots, that when he does the thing with the big eyes and you're just like,
I would die for you. Like, not to be exaggerating, but
no, but for real, not hyperbole.
I want to see the live action of Lady and the Tramp too.
you know,
I like dogs. I like dog movies.
Ew, I just don't like live action.
I don't like that they made them talk. Like, I like when I watched the trailer, I was like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen because those dogs are so fucking cute.
Of course.
Their dogs are so cute.
But there is something weird. I don't feel like you
When
needed
their
to make
mouths
them
move.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't
speak.
see
I
that.
don't like that.
Yeah, because, when we were kids, 101 Dalmatians, the movie, famously with Glenn Close as the best Cruella de Vil ever.
The best.
came out, and those dogs didn't talk. We didn't need it.
Also, like Homeward Bound. Do you remember that?
Where it was all
movie?
voiceover,
Yes.
and the mouths didn't move.
The mouths didn't move,
Yeah,
and it was
cats
awesome.
and dogs. I used to. That movie was so fucking cute. I've watched that movie way too many times.
Dude, if it had an animal in it, we saw that movie growing up.
Oh,
Like,
hell
that's
yeah.
just like,
Oh, hell
that's
yeah.
What's up?
And I feel like the 90s was a big, like, animal movie moment.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was
Absolutely.
happening.
My house was a strong Nova house.
Oh, yeah. Ours too. Nova,
So-
Nature.
Oh, yeah.
Like very PBS centered.
Very, very PBS centric.
Yeah.
Mine was PBS, but I was watching Arthur and fucking, like, Dragon Tales.
Dragon Tales.
I fucking loved Dragon Tales.
They're so
hard.
cute.
It was so cute.
Aww.
Oh, my goodness.
I need to start using that like on my dating profile or whatever to weed people out. Like, what were you watching when you were a kid?
Yeah. Which
You know
shows
what I mean?
were you watching? I think it's
That's a
pretty,
good question.
it's super telling.
What was your favorite kids cartoon?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I saw someone do that, and it may have been Drinkerinos or some group we're in, where it was like comment with a GIF of whatever it was. And oh man, some of those threw me back. Like, I watched Recess. I watched like, all those shows.
So much. Doug.
Doug, yes.
Do 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 do. You're welcome. That
Yeah,
will be
you're
in your
so
head for the rest of the day.
That's right.
So have fun with that. Oh, what's going on in the world?
Okay, so I need to read this to you, and it's not particularly super hilarious when you get into the details of it, but the headline, I had to save it just because of the headline. So this is an NPR headline, and it says, 3 Indiana judges suspended after White Castle brawl that left 2 of them wounded. And the details are bananas.
Yeah,
What?
Handyman sent me that article. He was like, "What?
What's happened?
Wait, what?
So it was back in May. 3 judges in Indiana got into a fight, and okay, so they got together for a conference, for a judicial conference.
Okay.
Fucking
Judges.
White Castle?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm confused.
Oh man, did you read the article?
No, I just saw the fucking.
Let me
title.
tell you. Let me give you the tea. So they were in town for a judicial conference, and at one point they decided to go get show wasted. They went out. They all got so fucking drunk that at 3 a.m. they decided. At 3 a.m. they decided to try and go to a strip club called the Red Garter. And they got there, and the strip club was closed. Which, you know, when you're like turning up,
You're ready for it.
You're fucking wasted if you show up.
Shit, you knock on the door.
Oh
at 3 a.m.
Why aren't you open?
Hey.
Do you know who I am?
Hey. So it was actually 4 judges, and they went to White Castle because one of the judges was like, "Gotta get me a
fill this belly."
hamburger."
We've
How you
talked
do it.
about. I'm literally just got goosebumps.
By the
thinking
way,
about
my
that.
friend
worst.
Sienna, who's
Disgusting
probably
wet bread.
listening to this,
It's
sent
the
me
worst.
an all caps text message. And you know Sienna, and she's like the sweetest. She sent me an all caps text message that said, "You bitches don't like White Castle?" ? Exclamation point.
Not even the littlest bit. Not even at all.
She was
I have
highly
a
offended.
Strong aversion to wet bread,
Dude,
it's my least favorite.
We grew
thing.
up in White Castle Town. And
Yes,
it
we
is,
did.
It is no bueno. No,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
It ain't for me. You know how much I stand anything Ohio born and
Yeah,
raised.
yeah.
But it's not there.
No.
It's not for me.
Well, it was for one of these judges because he went in to go get himself a couple hamburgers.
A crave case.
And while he was inside just minding his own business, waiting in the White Castle line, a truck with 2 men in it, they were yelling something from the car, I think, and one of the judges, the only female judge who was present,
there we
flipped them
go.
off.
Oh, there
and
we
so
go.
That's not
they
necessary.
turned it. I don't know. I mean,
If they were talking shit,
I've been bold before.
Yeah.
So they pulled into the parking lot, and they were like, "You want to like post up? Let's post up."
They said, your ass is writing checks you cannot cash.
Yeah, so but she wouldn't stop. So she's like going at them verbally.
yeah, because she's like strip clubs closed 3 o'clock drunk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What drunk are you? Oh, I'm like 1 o'clock. Just had my like 4th shot drunk, or are you? The strip club
Wait,
was closed.
yeah,
Are you
Yes.
like 3 glasses of wine? I love you drunk.
You're
Where
like
you at?
cutting loose at a judicial conference.
You
drunk.
are
like,
in a White Castle parking lot drunk.
yes,
That's
yes,
where
yes.
Turned up.
So they
Your
pull
turn.
in. She won't stop like talking trash.
Yeah.
And so at that point, the two men in the truck go and like start fighting one-on-one. It's like fucking Street Fighter, like one guy in the truck, one judge, other guy in the truck, other judge,
and
fighting
the girl's
each
just
other.
like hyping it
yes.
up.
Yeah, she is.
Yes. And the guy inside is just like, meanwhile, cut to inside the White Castle. It's just playing like lobby music, and he's just waiting for his burgers. So they start fighting, and at some point, one of the guys in the truck pulls out a gun and he shoots the two male judges.
Oh shit!
And they were like both of them ended up being okay, but one of them was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And when the ambulance arrived, the female judge was sobbing, inconsolable. Wow. Could not get that out. But she was like sobbing and saying like, "Oh, this is all my fault. This is all my fault." But then the next day has no memory of the incident at all.
Ooh, okay, listen.
You were blackout White Castle drunk.
Listen.
Damn.
I think all of their cases need to be reviewed because I no longer trust your judgment.
Oh, they were. That's what this article was about, because that happened in May, and they were all suspended. Like they're all.
Yeah.
Like they were like, we can't trust you either. That's basically what they said.
Do
they
not
were
trust your judgment. I am concerned about anything that you've done. Any judgments you've passed.
There's
currently.
there's a Rick and Morty, which you guys know the show Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I know it. I don't watch it.
So
I've seen a few episodes.
There's a Rick and Morty, and it wasn't a real episode. Someone sent the creator a real court transcript. It is the wildest, most turnt thing I have ever heard in my life. So they voiced it like as Rick and Morty, reading just straight up like the court transcript between the judge and a defendant.
Judges are out here wilding out, like seriously, because I think that there's this belief that they're like, they can kind of like do whatever they want. A lot of these people,
You know, it all started with Judge Wapner.
Who dat?
You know, People's Court.
Oh my God, People's Court. I mean, I'm a Judge Judy girl myself, so.
Dude, I fucking live for her faces.
She's
I'm
the
sorry.
fucking best.
She's the most meme-worthy person on the
love her.
planet.
Absolutely.
I love her. And she's just like a badass bitch. I just love, she's like head bitch in charge. I love her.
Have you heard like about how dope her house is? She's got
she has
mega money.
Yeah, she has more money. I think
Good for
she was
her.
like the highest paid person on TV for a while.
Yeah.
Like,
Good.
Yeah.
A woman.
Yeah.
Well, and a real judge. Like, if you look into her past, like, she's a real judge, and she, like, really
Those cases, actually, that is like a legitimate legal.
No, it
ending,
is.
Yeah.
And
It's
she's-
same with People's Court. Judge Wapner was the.
she's broken down a lot of barriers. Judge Judy's actually kind of a feminist icon.
Yeah.
Because
honestly.
she broke a lot of, like, glass ceilings as a judge before
my
she
God.
went into TV.
We should totally, when we get to FMK, we should do judges.
Oh,
Yes.
TV Judges? Hell
TV
yes.
Judges.
Hell yeah.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like
where
this.
this is going.
Oh, I love it.
But yeah, no, that's the thing with the whole like Rick and Morty. So they like voiced it, and then like a fan went and animated it, so it looks like a Rick and Morty episode.
Oh, no.
And I have to show it to you guys on the break because you'd be like, it's funny, but it's even funnier because you're like, holy shit!
I think
like,
I heard they got sued or something over that.
You cannot say that as a judge to like a defendant. Like, how did that person get away with it?
It's just reckless abandon. I mean, like, they just think that they're above the law. I can see this happening. You know what I mean? Like, you just get this egomaniac kind of personality. I don't know.
I'm literally just looking up judges,
oh yeah,
like TV
yeah.
judges, but it comes up with things like Perry Mason and like.
No, because it's got to be the real
Who
like
was
daytime ones.
Judge
that we win.
Mabeline.
Yeah,
Do you guys remember her?
that's her right here, right?
Oh my gosh, she's
Divorce
the
court
best.
judge?
Divorce court.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the one my grandma used to watch.
shit.
Yeah.
She's the best.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
Judge Mabeline. Oh, she's sassy.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that T.I.'s daughter unfollowed him on Instagram?
Good for her. Good for her.
Like, oh, God bless.
like, no.
I saw the best meme that was like, "What do you think Ti is gonna do when he finds out how much anal his daughter's been using?"
Sipping some tea over here.
Because I happen to know. Here's the thing: back in like when I was
It doesn't count, right?
Well, yeah, I know.
Count?
When I was a summer camp counselor, that was like for girls that were, saving themselves for marriage. They were all into anal, big time, because it didn't count to them. It was like the exception to the rule.
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah, I mean, you can't get pregnant,
that's wild.
but you can definitely get ass herpes.
Oh my god.
I'm not speaking from experience.
No,
don't laugh that fucking loud.
I didn't think you were, but I just...
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's not something I had ever wanted to think about.
You could get it in your butt.
I mean, I guess you could. You can get it anywhere.
That's true. Oh,
yeah. But God, can you imagine having an outbreak and just feel like that could get real painful real quick.
You can't be like, I drink after somebody with that one.
Oh, yeah. No. You cannot. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Okay, so we had a listener send us a message. Oh my God, it is hilarious because we were talking about the ashes in the vibrator last week, which is deeply upsetting and shook me in a very real, visceral way. But we had this listener write in and she said, sorry,
you just said that the vibrator just
shook you
in a very visceral way. So I'm sorry.
Not literally. No pun intended.
I am 5.
But she says, because of the conversation about scattering ashes today, I thought I'd share a story about what happened when my mom decided it was time to scatter Nan. It's been years since my Nan died, and her ashes spent years in a cupboard whilst my mom decided what to do with them.
Was it like beside like Campbell's soup?
Yeah, just right next to your like cream of mushroom. At the start of the year, my sister and I were given a date to keep free as mom had arranged a, quote, birthday surprise
Cupboard would
for
be
us.
Closet.
Oh, got it.
Because she's saying mom, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I know where she's from. She's from the UK. So she had a birthday surprise for us.
Oh.
Turns out we were off to see Phantom of the Opera in London, my Nan's favorite, and we were joined by my aunt and cousin. We're in the bar having a glass of wine before the performance, and my mom produces a sandwich bag full of something. Yes, full of grandma. What the fuck? We're to covertly scatter Nan under our seats so she'll always be at her favorite show. Or at least
she's going to be on the soles of everybody's feet that
and going
goes to
God
that
knows
show.
where.
Yeah, exactly.
And she even
She's
says,
gonna get vacuumed right the fuck up.
yeah, that's what she says here. She says, or at least until they vacuumed her up. I accidentally tip a bit of Nan in my cousin's new Louis Vuitton, and she screams that Nan's also gone in her shoe. Oh, the floor looks like we've emptied an ashtray over it. I'm almost hyperventilating with laughter. Everyone is staring and mom's crying, dignified.
Oh my God.
After the show, we agreed to scatter what's left in the baggie outside where mom and Nan spent many an hour queuing for tickets. Unfortunately, my mom, consumed with emotion, got all excited and a bit free and easy with her scattering and let Nan go a bit early and at the same time as a gust of wind whipped up.
Oh no.
The vision of a man dressed in black walking off with the back of his trousers and jacket covered in my Nan's ashes will stay with me forever. Nice work, Mom. Nan would have loved it.
Oh my God.
Nan gave everybody one last laugh.
And you know that man like got
amazing.
home.
I actually
and he's
hope
like,
that
what
happens.
the fuck is all
Yeah,
over me?
yeah,
he's like
it's
banging it out.
Someone is on you.
Yeah, clouds
Literally.
of grandma dust just flying all over the place. It's fucking hilarious.
Honestly, it just reminds me of what's the movie?
Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski when they dump the ashes, they all fly back in their face.
There is nothing like another good reason not to be cremated is I'm like, someone related to me will be just clumsy enough to fucking trip and like
drop me down some stairs.
Inhale me somehow. Like I don't want that to happen.
Oh my God.
Inhale you.
There's been a lot of people that have like commented or whatever about like things they want to be turned into on our page.
Oh,
like,
stones. I actually
dark.
like the stones.
Yeah.
You can be turned into diamonds or other colored gemstones. So I know Cassie's fancy as fuck, so she's like, maybe.
I'm all,
So
I don't
your
look
relatives
fancy as fuck
can
right now. I look
wear
like
you.
I rolled down a hill chasing a cat this morning.
Yeah, which is exactly what you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is what you did.
That's a thing.
Oh my gosh. All right. So which TV judges?
I pulled up a few. I think definitely Judge Judy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Judge Mablean.
I gotta
sure.
go Judge
we gotta
Mablean.
go divorce
Yeah.
court. I mean, I feel like, she's like the people's court judge.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, I remember like her too. I mean, I feel
after
like
Judge Wapner.
Yeah, she was the one that was after. What?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what her
Was it
dumb
Karen
name
or something?
was.
Dumb name. Just like a people's court judge.
What's your name?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Okay.
Judge Marilyn Milan. Yes, that sounds familiar.
Yes,
These
Judge
are all
Milan.
Judge Milan. Yeah. So it was
Okay.
like, because those were the court shows on when we were like,
Yeah, the
home
only
from
the
sick.
only other one that I would have
Home from
watched is
school.
Judge Mathis.
Yeah.
Like, he would have been the only
Judge
other
Mathis.
one. Yeah, that I would have watched. So
What was his show? Was it just called Judge Mathis?
it was called Judge Mathis. I don't know what else they did on that show.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so yeah, so I'm down for any of those.
Yeah.
Do you want to do
We can do all the lady judges.
Yeah.
do lady judges? Okay. So we are doing Judge Mablean from Divorce Court, the Divorce Court.
Right.
Judge Judy, of course, a classic.
Yes.
And then I've already forgotten that woman's name.
Judge Milan.
Judge Milan.
From People's
From the
Court.
People's Court.
Oof.
Oh, well, I know what I'm going to do, actually.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
me
me
too.
too.
It
And
kind of was easy.
but
Yeah.
the problem is that like here's the difference between Judge Milan and Judge Judy. Like both are like quote unquote tough as nails or whatever. But there's like a difference between like I don't know what the difference was where I always like just didn't like Judge Milan. I was just like I just didn't feel like she was like fair. I thought she was just being
I thought she was a bit
mean.
inauthentic. Whereas
Yeah.
with Judge Judy was indiscriminate, and it wasn't like she picked sides. It was just like she'll call both sides out on their bullshit and
yeah.
then make a ruling.
Yeah,
because
she
like
will. Yeah.
oftentimes both sides are fucking lying or like doing things that are shady, and she'll like call out both sides.
Yeah.
So I am going to marry Judge Judy.
A fucking
Have you
man.
seen Judge
Same.
Judy in regular clothes?
Yeah.
Girl is stacked.
She's
like
great.
her body amazing.
Yeah.
So
Future
and-
goals.
yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And she seems fair. She
Yeah.
seems tough. You know, she's got a bomb ass house. I'm gonna marry Judge Judy. I am going to fuck Judge Maybelline.
Oh,
Yep.
amen. We're gonna put on some like bomb ass music in the background.
Yeah,
have
it's some
wine.
R&B
Yes.
for sure. Like some
Yes.
slow 90s jams. 100. And I'm gonna kill Judge Milan. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
she's-
not interested.
No.
Same across the board.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because there is no other answer. You got to marry Judge Judy.
Oh, you just know she has like the most perfect kitchen island.
100%. Do you,
Yeah.
I bet she has French bulldogs.
Oh yeah, and they like wear little pearls or something.
Oh
I
my
love
God,
it. Oh, I
yes.
love it.
Like
Yeah.
Ruth Gator Ben's dog.
The
That's what she would name her dog. Little Ruthie. With her little pearls.
Oh my god. Oh man. Yeah.
yeah, so
And
for
then-
sure.
Then yeah, it's just no contest. That was
Me and Judge Maybelline can share wigs.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Love it.
She's got all the wigs. Wigs
She's
for
somebody
days.
I want to get a fucking mani pedi with and talk so much shit.
You know, Judge Maybelline seems like the one who could like, if you caught her on a night, she seems of all these judges,
She's
like
the one who would fight you in.
Is she blackout White Castle?
like, but you know, no, she would never get that out of hand.
No.
But she does seem like the one who, like, if you caught her when she's like, I'm on vacation,
Yeah.
and she's like on her third margarita, and she's like ready to fucking
spills tea.
have fun. Like, she seems like she would go after like the young man in the club and
Oh,
get him to come
I can,
home with
I
her.
can see,
yeah,
I can see
yeah,
her like just fucking grinding to pony.
yeah, oh, for sure. Of all of them, if like that footage came out, I'd be like, yeah,
that
And
seems
it,
right.
it makes me like her
And it makes me
more.
like her more.
100%.
Yeah, because she would never get like blackout White Castle drunk,
No.
but she would get like, I'm gonna be the life of this party drunk, and I love that.
Do you
I
feel
really
like Judge
wish-
Milan might accidentally, though?
Judge Milan will fight somebody in a White Castle parking
She's
lot.
blackout White
Yes,
Castle drunk for
yes.
sure.
She's definitely, I accidentally flipped somebody off in this
Yeah.
turned into
And
something bigger than it
started.
was supposed to be.
Yeah, and she's crying in that back of the ambulance for
100.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God, I fucking wish I could name this episode White Castle Drunk. I definitely
Yeah.
can't, but boy, if you're listening, that's what I wanted to title it, just so you know.
If you're listening, just be aware.
In my heart, that's what this episode's called. Well, you guys want to take 5 and come
Yes.
back with stories?
Yeah.
And we're back. Okay, I'm gonna kick us off with stories since I've got the crazy in love this week.
Sweet.
This story is a doozy. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, My Worst Date. My name is Lainey. Yes, you can use my name. I love the podcast and thought it was about damn time I shared one of my worst first date experiences, which still makes me cringe with disgust to this day.
Oh, yeah, I know those.
At the time, I was 18 and had just finished off a 3-month solo tour of Europe where I had experienced my, quote, big sexual awakening. What can I say? Girl. European dick is amazing.
Get it.
I have not sampled that vintage.
Neither I.
Very much looking forward to an Eat, Pray, Love experience next year myself. So,
and listen, these are her words. So small town North Carolina, do not come for us in our mentions. But you know what isn't so amazing? Small town North Carolina dick.
Oh, that's not us. We didn't say
that. It's not our words, okay?
I mean, I also have not sampled that vintage.
Neither
so
I cannot have an opinion on it. Yes. Listen, if you feel differently, we'd be happy to read your experiences on the air. At the time, I had just started my first day job at a small restaurant. Right after starting my shift, I was approached by this long-haired Tarzan-looking guy who greeted me with a, "Wow, you have the most piercing blue eyes." He was one of my newfound coworkers, and at the time, I didn't have a clear understanding of the whole "don't shit where you eat" concept.
Oh, well, this'll learn you.
So I let all of the flattery he began showering on me to go to my head. Can totally relate. At 18?
Yeah, at 18.
Fucking all you had to do was
100%.
Look at me, and I was like,
right.
Do you like me?
That whole piercing eyes thing, I would have been like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Thanks. I figured he could at least be a good lay. At the end of the shift, he asked me if I'd like to go out to dinner with him, to which I said yes, and we made plans to go out that Thursday. Earlier in the day, on the day of our date, I got my first tattoo. It's a small Morse code band that wraps around my bicep. When I showed up downtown to meet my date for dinner, the first thing I did was proudly show him my new ink, to which he responded, "Oh, good. That looks classy. You probably shouldn't get another one so you don't trash up your body."
Wow.
Ooh.
Sir.
Yikes. Okay. I ignored his comment and asked him where we were going to get food. He told me he wasn't hungry, but he figured we could go get a drink. I told him I was 18, which I had already informed him when we first met.
Listen, Tarzan.
But he said he knew how to get me a drink. He told me not to worry and just go up to the bar and tell them I lost my ID. Older me wants to shake younger me and tell her to take her ass back home right this instant.
I feel you.
I went with it and went up to the bar with him, where I was instantly rejected by the bartender because you look like an 18-year-old.
Because you're a baby.
Like, yeah. Have you seen an 18-year-old lately? It's
You're a
like,
baby.
Yeah, no. Not only did I get the disapproving head shake from the bartender, but 4 older men at the bar started yelling at my date for trying to bring an underage girl to the bar.
Oh, shit.
I was more... I mean, also, can we applaud those men?
So embarrassed.
It's mortifying.
Yeah.
But also, like, those dudes, good on you for calling that motherfucker out and being like, what the fuck are you
wrong
doing?
with you?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
She says, I was mortified and asked him if we could just leave and go get some food. We left, and he asked if we could take my parents' Subaru, which I had driven to the date in, to go to the gas station and get beers, since he didn't have a car due to his recent DUI.
Oh, okay, sir.
I should probably mention that this guy was around 25 years old during the time of our date.
Oh.
I know this is gross, but at the time I didn't have a clear understanding of what an age gap that was.
No, and when you're 18 and the 25-year-old's into you, that's cool to you.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're like somebody a little older. He's, and if you watch any movie, it was like kind of like it was
romanticized.
Like,
absolutely.
College boy.
Yeah, it was totally romanticized. And also, when you are 18, you do think you're grown. I fully thought I was a grown-ass adult. Like, know, in fact, I'm pretty sure at 19, the words did come out of my mouth that, like, I'm a grown adult. Like, okay.
You're like, that's cute.
Honey. But he's 25 and he fucking knows better. And he has a DUI and he's going out with an 18-year-old trying to take her to a bar. So,
don't like that.
We went to a gas station and then to his house where he promised he would feed me. She's been asking for food for like a solid 2 hours now.
Oh, I feel you. Like, always feed
me first
me
before I get like
before I had to deal with
rabid.
Actually, probably in your favor, I would be more forgiving of your shenanigans.
Absolutely. Yeah. If I'm like, yeah. We got to the house and he started pressuring me to drink as much as possible. I physically couldn't keep up with him, nor did I want to. So I had about 2 beers and went to the bathroom. And at the time I was feeling quite buzzed. We had been showing each other our music playlists since we liked a lot of the same artists. I let him look at the playlist while I was in the bathroom. When I came back from the bathroom, we started kissing, and I soon heard my phone start to blow up with text messages. I went to my phone and saw about 5 angry text messages from my mom telling me I was in huge trouble and we would be having a long talk in the morning when I got home. This motherfucker had texted my parents pretending to be me and told them that I had had too many drinks and was too drunk to drive home, so I would be staying at my date's house.
Oh my God.
There would have been nothing fucking worse.
No.
At 18 for me.
No.
Like nothing worse. No. Appalling.
The fucking audacity.
The disrespect.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
God.
I mean, here's the thing. My parents would have been like, good on you for being responsible. You're 18 or whatever. But like, you can't assume that everybody's parents are going to be like that.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, and it's just none of your fucking business
right.
to communicate with my parents, especially not to pretend to be me on my fucking phone.
I
never send a text message without my permission on my behalf.
Fuck you.
Ever.
Don't touch my phone.
Well, he had it because he was looking at like her playlist. But that you don't go, oh my God, like that's just an
app shopping. That's
an
the medicine
unspoken
cabinet in the bathroom.
Rule. That's an unspoken rule. It's just like you do not go through someone's text messages. And if somebody gives you their phone to look at a picture, bitch,
don't
keep
be
your scrolling finger.
That's the picture that they wanted to show you. The one that you're looking at is the one.
We've all felt that cold sweat of somebody starting to like scroll. You're like,
that's mine.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Now. It's just a picture of my cat. No worries.
Bitch,
you know what
I mean. Okay. I am ashamed to say that I didn't leave right then. When I questioned him about what he had done, he told me his reasoning was that now I wouldn't have to worry about getting my parents' car back home until the morning. I had previously told him that I wanted to take things slowly, so I probably wasn't down to fuck just yet. Plus, needed to get my parents' car back before 11 p.m. At this point, I knew I probably wasn't going to get out of there safely, and my parents would be furious if I drove their car home after they knew I had been drinking.
Yep.
So I decided to stay the night.
No.
Ooh.
No.
Honey.
But she's in between a rock. She's in between a rock and a hard place.
And I'm like, hey, I am not safe in this situation.
Will you come get me?
This was actually a text message from this guy. I am too drunk to drive. Please come get me.
Assuming they had another car. I mean, she has their car.
True. Fuck that.
But
my parents have gotten me out of so many times I've not wanted to do shit.
Right,
too.
my parents would have called me a taxi if they didn't have another car or whatever.
True. 100%. And they would have figured it out.
But also at 18, I would have been so scared of my parents being mad at me too, like that, having that conversation. Like,
and then you're just like forestalling.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well,
yeah, like I guess
me will deal with this.
I'll just stay here and
but
that's future me's problem.
You know what? That does not make me in the mood to do.
Oh,
fuck you!
Absolutely fucking not.
But it also makes me think that you're going to try some shit that I'm not down for, and I want to escape out of this situation.
It would 100 feel that way. Yeah,
I want to light his fucking Tarzan hair on fire.
She says, unfortunately, I continued dating this piece of shit for another 2 weeks. I excused his terrible behavior by thinking he just had some kind of sexy bad boy thing going on. But the truth was he was a piece of shit with a god complex who thought to mix beats on GarageBand in his bedroom in his dad's house made him a professional musician.
Okay. There's a lot there.
There's a lot to unpack. None of it good.
None.
The relationship ended in me never contacting him again after he drunkenly raised his hands to hit me because my snapping my fingers was getting on his nerves. As soon as he raised his hand, I noped the fuck out of that situation and didn't talk to him again ever again. Fast forward
This
2
guy
years.
wouldn't have survived if I
My freaking
He had a broken legs.
uncles would have.
Yep.
Bye.
Yep.
Who is that guy? I don't know.
I've never heard of him, actually.
Never heard of him. And at least, it sucks. We've all like dated the wrong guy or whatever. Been in 2 weeks out of your whole life is not bad. There's
and again,
some people
18,
that do it for 7 years.
I made mistakes at that age similar
We've all
to
made
this.
mistakes.
Definitely.
Especially around that age, because again, you're in that mode of like, please everyone, be cool, be cool.
And I would have been similar to her. I would have been totally likely to excuse his bad behavior as being
want to
like,
fix it,
want to fix him, or again, we're conditioned through media to be like, he's a sad boy, bad boy, and that's attractive, and we're supposed to be attracted to it. You know what I mean?
He's creative. He's a musician.
Yes, a musician using GarageBand.
Is it weird that I feel like, and maybe I'm alone in this, but is it weird to think like I've put myself in a situation where I was absolutely date raped? But it's easier to, as I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this, to put that situation on myself. Like, I should have left. I should have done this. I should have done that.
That's rape culture. That's very common.
Like
everybody does that.
Really easy to explain it away to myself. Versus like if somebody raised a hand to me, I'd be like, fuck you. Because I inherently know how wrong that is for somebody to hit you.
Yeah,
I don't know. Is it weird? I mean,
that's absolutely not weird.
I mean, I don't know.
That's very normal. I've been in a similar situation, and we are conditioned to think that.
Yeah.
That is rape culture. We are conditioned to put the onus on ourselves, to put the onus on the woman.
I'm 41, and I still look back at that situation and think, I said no. I said no multiple times. I cried. I said no. I don't know what else I could have done.
There's nothing else you could have done. It's not your fault.
Yeah,
but I still am like, God, I should have not gone back to this person's place. I shouldn't have this. I shouldn't have that.
He shouldn't have been a rapist.
Yeah,
right.
There is absolutely zero anything else to that sentence. He's 100% at fault. You did nothing wrong.
I get it. And I think that there's this logical side of my brain that knows that, but I think there's this other irrational side of my brain that's like, well, if that, if this, if that, if I hadn't flirted with him, if I hadn't done this and that, No,
because you know what? There's lots of guys who you can be naked in front of you can be flirting with
and be 100% safe.
Blackout
will not
drunk,
cross that line.
Who would actually take care of it. Yeah, exactly.
So it's absolutely not you. And there's, we did an episode on rape culture for Your Angry Neighborhood Feminist, and we were talking about Chanel Miller, who is the woman who was raped by Brock Turner, and she released a book. And in her statement, she actually said she did that. She was just like, I was putting a lot of the blame on myself, but then I came to realize that I wouldn't have stopped this. It would have been somebody else. Like, if it wasn't me, it would have been somebody else.
Absolutely.
Because it's not about me. It's about that person. Like, they would have done it to somebody else.
It's true. I would be less embarrassed if somebody had hit me. And it would be
more likely to talk about it.
More likely to talk about
absolutely.
it. Isn't that wild? Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to go down
it's a
really hard path.
It's a good conversation to have. I think it's a worthy conversation to have. And I think that this is the kind of story that brings up those feelings and why it's important to have stories like this to talk about these things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everyone has felt this way and been in a similar situation, or most people have.
Yeah.
She says, fast forward 2 years when I ran into him at the same shitty bar where we had our first date. This was 2 days before me moving down to South Carolina, where I currently live. I knew I wasn't ever going to see this motherfucker again, so I went up to him and let him have it. I very loudly and very publicly called him out in front of everyone at the bar for trying to hit me. I let them know just how much of a rapey asshole he was, and then said I didn't give a fuck about him or this town, and I was... out this bitch in 2 days.
Yes.
Oh shit! With both fingers up.
Fuck you. You're cool.
I'm out.
Mic drop. I wasn't gonna say his name, but put this motherfucker on blast. If you run into a Tarzan-looking motherfucker whose favorite band is 9 Inch Nails and his name is Nick, Do not date this man.
Oh, shit.
So we're going to bleep out the name, but all the rest of it, keep that into account.
Oh, man.
And this, you're going to like this, Cassie. Last time I, as a Pisces, date the same sign as myself. Love the podcast. Thanks for all y'all do. Keep on trucking.
Oh, that's amazing, Lainey. Thank you so much
Thanks
for
the
sharing.
Keep on trucking reference.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck us.
You gotta bleep that out again.
Honestly.
I don't care. It's worth it.
Can we just put fuck you and with like bleep signs as the name of the...
Oh, all right. Ours came in through email as well. She says, "Hey, lovelies. I recently discovered your podcast and have been listening from the very beginning for a few weeks.
Hey.
Hoping that it will take me a while to catch up to your new shows as I've been binge listening to a few a day. Oh, that's lovely. That's so great. I love what you're doing on the show. It's honestly an absolute joy listening to you all. I live in a very rural town in country Victoria, Australia." How fucking cool is that?
How fun.
That is
Across the world.
so cool.
It's so nice to feel connected to such wonderful people as far away as LA. I don't have a lot of girlfriends here as I live out of town and mostly work with men, but listening to your show is just the right amount of girl talk I need to keep me from becoming too surly.
I love it. I love it.
I know exactly.
She's like, I got to tune these motherfuckers out.
A while ago, you asked if anyone had any mementos from previous relationships.
Ooh.
While I realized that episode was probably ages ago for you, I only just listened to it the other day and thought of something you might find amusing. I had been in a relationship with an older guy during my last few years of high school in Queensland, Australia. After I left school, we became inseparable, spending as much time together as possible. I was sure that it wouldn't be long until he popped the question. Well, my dad is in the army and received news that we would need to move to Victoria. I was devastated as I didn't have a job to support myself and I knew I would have to move too. We did almost a year of long distance, 3 years dating in total, before I started to notice how much I was enjoying a breather from our relationship. How nice is that, though? Like, honestly, sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees.
That's
So
exactly
true.
right. Yeah.
You know, I've definitely, when you're like, step away from a situation.
I think it's like a thing of like absence makes the heart grow fonder, but sometimes it just opens your eyes.
Or it has the opposite
Or it
effect.
has the opposite effect.
Exactly.
It's one or the other. It's good to have a little separation.
It pulls you outside of the situation and allows you to have some perspective. Either way.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now that I had some new friends, a church group, and some exploring to do, I didn't feel like I needed a serious, intense relationship to direct my life. I had been totally digmatized by how fantastic he was that I didn't think there could be more to life until I moved away. He came down and visited once, which was great, but I started noticing how possessive he was. After that, he insisted that I email every day.
Absolutely not. Insisting on anything to do with my behavior. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Also,
Stop
it.
What to do?
Dearest Coraline,
Like,
by the time this reaches you.
Yeah, email. I'm like, what year was this? Like, oh my God.
And we tried to web chat with webcam 3 to 4 times a week. He would also constantly be messaging me, asking me what I was doing and who I was with.
It sounds like that tag group. This relationship sounds exhausting.
Yeah.
It's exactly what that is. I'm like, oh God, who has? I'm a lazy bitch. I don't have this kind of energy.
This is the This is like telltale signs of somebody that's super fucking possessive,
Controlling,
and
yeah.
codependent and controlling. I was doing a course at the time and volunteering. Obviously, there were times when I couldn't message back immediately. This upset him a lot, and so he would send more and more messages until I answered. That is so fucking annoying. If I don't answer you, like, wait your fucking turn. Wait your turn to speak. He tried to convince me that he was just concerned about the people I was spending time with, and he didn't find them trustworthy. At one time, I was at a young adults mixer at church that they'd especially invited me to. I felt like I was finally starting to make friends, and the whole night, my boyfriend from across the country was just blowing up my phone with nonstop messages.
I hate everything about that.
So after that night, I'd finally had enough. He was making it impossible for me to engage in life here without him constantly in my ear. We had an instant message video chat the next day where I proceeded to break up with him. He did not take it well.
I had a feeling.
Shocker.
I had a feeling, yeah.
He called me a bunch of unflattering names. Please note, we weren't sexually active either, so calling me a whore when we broke up really hurt my feelings. It's always that. It's always that. They always go to that, don't they?
It's easy.
And it makes no fucking sense at all.
It doesn't.
Legitimately is the
yeah. He basically said that we could never be friends again if I did this, and he would never take me back if I came to my senses.
Okay, deuces, motherfucker, goodbye.
We can't be friends again.
I was like, okay, fine with me. And thankfully the messages, emails, calls, and letters stopped after that. Now, we were only 10 days away from Christmas. Shitty timing on my end, I know, and we had already sent each other gifts in the post. I can't even remember what I sent him, but I remember what he gave me. It's like he went to the Snapfish store and ordered everything he could with a photo of us on everything. There were pencils, a pen, a mouse pad, a calendar, magnets, sticky notes, a pad of writing paper, a spiral notebook, a key ring, and thankfully a hat with not a photo of us, but rather my dog on it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I am so
Christmas
happy.
gift ideas.
I am so happy that she got out of this relationship because that guy definitely has some dead people in his basement now. Like, that is so fucking creepy.
List of things. She has got all of her school supplies ready, and it's like
God.
his fucking face.
Can you imagine if you went to high school with somebody and they showed up and they like opened their Trapper Keeper and it's fucking like pens and pencils with them and their boyfriend's face on it? My God. Absolutely fucking not.
I threw everything out except for the hat, which I gave to my grandpa as he loves that dog more than anything. Aww. He wears it fishing often. Opening that gift just validated my gut feeling that I had done the right thing. He was definitely becoming too obsessive, and I'm glad I cut it off when I did.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? You know what else he got from the Snapfish store? He got wallpaper with your face on it, and his entire house is coated in it.
Oh, no.
How fucking scary is that?
I hate it.
Hate it.
Yes. So she says, thanks for letting me put that out there. Your devoted Aussie fan, Katie.
Oh, thank you, Katie.
Oh, yay.
I love it. Oh my God.
Just see the picture. I can see everything about all this fucking
You know what? If you break up with me, we're never going to be friends again.
You know, I don't know if I could get a more chilling gift. If somebody sent that to me, I'd be like, what? Like, if it was one thing, I'd be like, okay. If it was like a mug with our pictures on it, I'd be like, that's fine. But if it was like an entire fucking box.
All I can hear, I can see you like opening the box or whatever. And in the background, I hear the he, ha, ha.
You're like pulling out, like, what's in the box?
What's in the box? It's a pencil with our face on it.
And I can also see how like progressively you're becoming more concerned. Like the first one you pull out, you're like, oh, okay. And then like as you keep going and you're like, a mouse pad, a magnet, writing pad, a key ring. What?
No.
Oh my God.
Dude. Actually, though, that all joking aside, I really think I'm going to get Chuck. You know how you can get like those, or the little socks with Chuck's face on?
Oh, hell yeah. I actually think those socks are fucking hilarious.
So cute.
Last year, my like people have never heard of him. I'm like, my fiance, Anthony. Last year, Anthony got his brother David socks with his face. David has this face from high school, like freshman year of high school, where he looks like really ridiculous, and Anthony trolled him a few years ago
hard on it.
and like photoshopped it into like different scenes from movies and stuff, and then he sent him socks with that his face from like high school. That's all amazing. Over it, which I think is
I'm gonna have
hilarious.
an ad for this on my phone as soon as we're done.
Oh yeah, you will.
100%. I don't remember what the company is, so if you're out there, please go ahead and put yourself
just
on my
let your
Facebook.
FBI agent know to make a note of it.
Make a note. Want to make socks out of my cat?
Yeah, dude, it's coming up literally like
100%.
as we speak.
Instantly.
I should probably go right now. I bet it's up. Yeah. All right. So mine says, hi friends. I listen every week. Really the only thing that gets me through the work week. So when I heard the garlic poop story, I had a flashback.
Garlic poop. Also, I know who this is, and she was one of my best friends in high school.
Oh, really?
So this is gonna be great. I haven't read this, but
can't wait. Well, you're gonna learn a lot about your friends today.
I'm so excited.
I was early into a relationship, and for some reason that involved driving everywhere together. While we were out, he decided to take me to his favorite pizza place since we were nearby. It was just okay, in case you were wondering. Good to know.
Thanks.
Where was this place?
Okay, what was your Yelp review?
Yeah, exactly. After lunch, we decided to head back to our side of Phoenix. We're about 30 minutes from his place where we are going to hang out for a little bit longer. And as we started driving, my stomach began cramping so hard. Mind you, this guy drove like 3 under the speed limit. So here we are,
big turn
crawling along, and all I can think is, oh God, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. It's up to 3 flights of stairs to his place. I'm not going to make it on to his
No, you
street.
can't. If you have to shit at that level, like stairs are not an option.
Nope. She's like, I'm not going to make it to the next block.
Yeah.
I confess that my stomach is acting up, and he'll need to stop before we get back to his place. We were only about 6 minutes from his place, and the mall the mall is separating me from his toilet. I asked him to pull into Dillard's at the mall.
Dillard's.
Yeah.
Oh no. Does Dillard's still exist, do you think?
I feel like it does in like Kentucky or something.
What's that?
Dillard's.
Like, is it still around?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. I don't know if they were around here. I haven't been to a mall and
I feel like Dillard's and Sears are like 2 stores that I'm like, do people still go there?
Right. So, yeah, exactly.
I think so. And I'm not so casually, I not so casually sprint to the bathroom and tell him to park. As I go in, I realize this is the men's floor. Where's the ladies' room? I'm squat walking around men's ugly button downs.
Squat walking. Oh, we know exactly what that looks like.
Debating about shitting in a corner, looking for any employee to assist me in the direction to the bathroom.
You're just yelling. You're like, bathroom.
Finally,
I want to see the security cam footage of this. Just black and white and vaguely blurry. Yeah.
Finally, I see someone. I'm saved. He points me to the back where I came from, around a wall in a corner. I barely make it and spend a while in there. Not too long after this, my date comes in to the store, finds my bathroom, waits for me. Waits for me.
So embarrassing.
Window shop.
You know what?
Yes.
I'll just get an Uber.
It just reminds me of that.
To Canada where you'll never see me
It
again.
reminds me of that scene in Bridesmaids. Yes, where they're all shooting in the bathroom and Melissa McCarthy is shooting in the sink and she's like, look away.
Look away.
It's coming out of me like lava.
Oh my God.
And then asks me multiple times from outside the bathroom if I'm okay.
No, go away. This is the most embarrassing this could possibly be. Please leave.
I spent probably a good 12 minutes in there while he waited just outside. I finally resurfaced and we left the mall and ended up hanging out the rest of the day. We still laugh about the incident every time we go to Dillard's because now we're engaged.
Aw,
Yeah,
yay.
happy ending.
That's a keeper.
Yeah. He's like, it's fine. People poop.
People poop, and sometimes people poop violently.
It's like, hope no one else is writing in with garlic stories too. It was
Oh,
a
we've
rough
gotten
time.
a couple in our Facebook group.
Is that something I didn't
know.
know?
Garlic doesn't do that to me.
You know what does? Truffles. Truffle,
Oh,
truffle oil,
interesting.
anything with truffle oil on it. Ooh wee!
Yeah,
I
I
will
don't know.
meet you guys at home if I make it. So, ay.
Yeah, thank
anything
God
I've-
garlic doesn't do that to me because I fucking love garlic so much.
Maybe it is the garlic. Maybe it's not the truffle because usually it's truffle garlic.
That has become like a really big allergen at my work where people are like, I can't have garlic.
Really?
That is
Yeah.
so weird to me, and I would be
I devastated.
so sad. Yeah, like
Oy.
I don't know if there's a food that would make me more sad.
Chris
to be.
was making 500 gallons of chili last night, and the smell of the garlic. Oh,
hell yeah! Like I love. Have you seen that meme where it's like the something smells good in here starter pack, and it's like olive oil, onions, and garlic, like
Perfect.
cooking.
Yep.
Oh my god! Yeah, your house
That's
smells delicious.
Yeah. Something smells good in here, garlic. Starter pack.
Okay, so I'm really excited about my Crazy in Love this week. It's one I was trying to put off doing because Noble Blood, like a month or so ago, did an episode on this, and I was like, I don't want to do one that another podcast did. But you know how whenever you're looking at stories, this one just like, it just wouldn't stop coming up for me, and I kept like looking at other ones to do, and I was just like, no, I just really want to do this one, so I'm going to do this one.
Do it, girl.
Amen.
I love it.
So we are going to be talking about the Marquiese de Brinvilliers. Okay. So we got another historical story here.
Fancy.
It is.
I like fancy historical stories.
Me too.
Me too. Then this one, wow.
Well, anything with Marquis in the title, I'm like,
and I didn't realize that Marquis is male and Marquise is female. So Marie Madeleine Marguerite, which is a lot of M's.
Mm-hmm. A lot of alliteration.
Madeline.
Madeline is cute.
Like Madeline.
Dubray was born in 1630, and she was the oldest child, and I believe the only girl to Antoine Dubray. And the Dubrays were aristocratic. They were wealthy. They were respectable. Marie's grandfather had actually acted as treasurer of France at one point.
Dude, if your last name's like Dubray, that sounds like, and you're like, I'm running shit.
Oh, yeah, you
We're
fancy.
the Dubrays.
Yes, you fancy. And so they were linked to a lot of very, very prominent families throughout France and in Paris. Marie had two brothers, and given that it was the 1600s, of course, her brothers were set to inherit everything, but she was in a very, very, very good position
For marrying.
to marry really, really well. So
Her dad was like, I will give you 2 goats and,
it was better than that. Her
and
dowry,
a gold chip.
she had a dowry of 150,000 livres,
Which in today's money
is approximately 1.82 million.
Perfect.
Okay. And her personal fortune was 50,000 livres. Now, to compare that, the person that she ended up marrying, Antoine, the Marquis de Brinvilliers, Antoine, who has the same name as her father, which I
don't like.
I don't like that. So when she went to marry him, she was 21. He was much older. His yearly allowance was 30,000 livres a year. And she came into this marriage with 200,000. 50 of that being her own personal fortune.
Yikes.
And the other 150 being her dowry. So she came in with a shit ton of money. And this guy was rich. Like the Marquis was rich, and he was making 30,000 a year. So if that gives you any indication of how much fucking money she has.
Yeah, we about to wild out.
Yeah. Going bananas. So she married him when she was 21. He was much older. And right from the start, he had a penchant for mistresses. Even on their wedding night, he was with a mistress on their wedding night.
Come on. Honey, you are already marrying up. 21-year-old hottie with a fortune?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
And
I wouldn't be fucking around.
I've heard her described as plain, but I've looked at her portrait and I'm like, look, I've seen some wrecked portraits from that time period, and she looks pretty good to me.
So here's the thing, though, too. Remember when we talked about Henry VIII, and they were talking about how fancied up that portrait was? So you wonder, like, I will pay you a little extra.
Can you Facetune this shit for me?
Can you cut back on them buck teeth?
Yeah, go ahead and smooth filter the shit out of that if you don't mind.
We don't have to paint the blemishes in.
Yeah, do a nice soft lighting on that.
Yeah.
So that is quite possible. She had enough money that,
right?
She could have done that.
Nobody's painted with zits back then.
Oh, and imagine how as a painter.
And you did not have good skin.
Oh, come on.
You barely bathed.
Yeah.
There's
Nobody's washing their face at this time.
Not like that.
And I have heard tale of how fucking bad Paris smelled. Like, I cannot even imagine.
Used to just like
throw shit out the window.
Versailles. They're just like, here's this hallway. Isn't there like a bathroom in that whole?
Yeah,
they just think there would be.
They just squat walked right to the middle of the street and planted a deuce right there. So the other thing that I found was kind of sad about her situation was that by all accounts, her husband didn't dislike her. He didn't hate her. He was completely indifferent towards her, which is
that's the worst.
Yeah, it's worse because like he doesn't have any feelings about you, like strong one way or the other. So he left her at home for long periods of time and went out gambling and like hooking up with his mistresses all the time. And she was bored and like super, super fucking lonely. And at some point, I guess to his credit, he realized that she was unhappy and decided
she's a human with feelings.
And decided to introduce her to an old military friend of his Gaudin de Saint Croix, and he was this tall, handsome man who's the same age as Marie.
And I'm going to go down on go down.
Yeah, exactly. So Saint Croix, he had no pedigree. Even though he was an officer, he was a very low-ranking officer in the military. He didn't have any ties to any like prominent or aristocratic families, but he was smart and witty and funny.
This is a fucking romance novel.
And liked her.
I think I read this one.
Yeah. So they very quickly developed a romance, and Marie's husband was like, word, fantastic. You're happy. I'm happy. I can go hang out with my mistresses. You go hang out with your lover.
Got you a little fuck buddy.
Yeah.
Got myself some fuck buddies.
We're all,
everybody's
happy.
Everybody
in
good?
this situation.
We're good?
Everybody
Good?
good?
Cool.
We're all good?
Cool.
Okay, great. So, they said that like they carried on in such a public way that they would be at the same parties together. So Marie would be there with her husband, the Marquis, and he would be in one corner gambling, and she'd be in the other corner with St. Croix, like together, just hanging out. And while he was around, while the husband was around, it was fine. Like French society was like, who cares, really?
Right.
But eventually, the Marquis racked up so many gambling debts that creditors started calling, and he like fucked off out of the country. He's like,
wow.
Goodbye. So he left, which completely left.
Sounds like a real stand-up guy.
Yeah, sounds like a good guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that her parents are soups happy that they arranged that marriage.
Nice guy TM.
Yeah. So they were kind of left to their own devices now, St. Croix and Marie. And so they were like, this is great. We can kind of do whatever the fuck we want now.
Right.
Perfect.
So they went off and kind of flaunted, quote unquote, their relationship with just like reckless abandon. They were like at every party. They were super social. And it ended up like causing a massive scandal, which this is Paris in like the mid to late 1600s. Like the fact that this caused scandal, it means that they were like,
Scandalous.
Were they like
Yeah.
racking up the PDA or something?
I
Because
guess.
as far as I knew, like Paris was just kind of like live and let live. So they must have just really been.
I guess it was because you at least had the pretense of your marriage. Like you could carry on.
And you could flirt in public,
Right.
but you're married. Oh,
Right,
got
but
it.
you weren't supposed to just out and out be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a single fuck about like any of this. And I think that that's what they were doing. And so there were still rules of decorum to behaving badly. And like she was just breaking all the rules. So eventually word spread to her brothers, who were extremely pearl clutchy about the entire situation because
My word.
oh my dear, because her husband didn't care, but the family cared.
Her husband introduced him.
Yeah, and he absolutely didn't care, but the family cared. Like they were like our family name and honor and this and that. So they went to their sister and they begged her to leave St. Croix for the honor of the family, and she reportedly laughed in their faces and was basically like, GTFO my house.
Yeah.
So they were pissed. And what do two little rich boys do when they're pissed? They go to their daddy.
Yeah.
So they went to daddy and they were like, you will not believe what Marie is doing.
The
Snitches get stitches. Come on.
Disrespect. So they went and they told him, and they were like, this can't stand. Like, it's a scandal and this is a problem. So their dad.
She's embarrassing.
Embarrassing us. So their dad wrote a letter to the king, and he was like, hey, can you get this dude arrested? And because of their prominence in that society, the king responded and acted very quickly. And one day when Marie and St. Croix were in their carriage in a busy street in Paris, a bunch of fucking officers came, pulled up. They arrested St. Croix.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Hey, Popo rolled up. They dragged St. Croix out of the carriage, and basically the whole time he's just like, you know, you guys can take me, but this is a crowded street. People are fucking rubbernecking all over here. Just don't let them see Marie, because it will cause like so much scandal. So it didn't really matter because she was like screaming in the carriage. So I was like, everybody kind of knew what was happening. So he gets dragged and taken away to the Bastille, where he is imprisoned. So while he's imprisoned, the Marquiese appeared to be reformed. She started going to one of Paris's largest hospitals, volunteering. And did you guys watch Outlander?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was basically like that hospital. It was like, this hospital is definitely haunted as fuck because it had like 3,000 patients, 6 to a bed, like heads on one side, feet on the other, like surgeries done out in the open, just fucking nightmare city in there.
Yeah.
And she was turning up like every day, volunteering with the sick, which was apparently a thing that noble women did kind of for like, you know, go slum it with the poor for a little while and disenfranchised. But she was considered to be like an angel. She was so dedicated. She showed up all the time with like treats to hand out to the poor. And really there was no mention of St. Croix again. And so people were like, all right, I guess that did it. I guess it worked, him being arrested. St. Croix spent 3 months in the Bastille, and when he got out...
You don't want to be in the Bastille.
No, for any length of time. No. 3 months is like, whew, Jesus, for just like fucking somebody you weren't supposed to?
Yeah.
Jesus. When he got out of the Bastille, the two were never really seen in public together. And while the Marquiese volunteered at the hospital, St. Croix got married, he got a house, he started attending mass and confession, and they appeared to be done with each other. But this is a Crazy in Love.
Yeah.
So, of course, they weren't done with each other.
So...
Dude, seriously, when is this romance novel dropping?
We haven't even gotten to the wild shit at all. While Godin was locked away in the Bastille, he had an infamous cellmate with him, an Italian poisoner named Ixelli. So Ixelli was a known assassin who was employed by Queen Christina of Sweden. Assassin. And he was so infamous that he basically just came into France and they arrested him immediately until they could figure out what the fuck he was doing there. They're like, why are you here? First of all.
I literally am like shooting this movie in my head right now. I see like Godin like in this dark cell or whatever, and then like out of the darkness.
I know. He's like, what's up?
Also, this
How
needs
may
to be
I help
a movie
you?
for sure.
For sure. And I don't think it has been. I was looking on like Wikipedia for like references
This is
to
our
pop
next
culture.
project.
Yeah.
Dude.
So despite appearances, the Marquiese was still in constant contact with Godin in prison. So when he told her that Ixelli had begun instructing him in the art of poisoning, she began sending him money for his lessons. So she was sending him money to pay Ixelli to get those poisoning lessons. When Godin was released, the two hatched a plan for revenge.
Yes.
They did.
They met in his secret laboratory, Godin's secret laboratory that the Marquiese bought for him. She bought him like a secret laboratory in his house.
Everything, it just keeps getting
What
better.
is a 1640s laboratory having it?
Oh,
did they
just
even invent
laboratory.
glass?
Wild shit. Just wild shit. They did have glass because that'll come into play a little later.
Ooh.
So
stupid.
So they began practicing mixing different variations of the poison aqua tofana, which was famously used throughout Paris already as kind of like a widowmaker. Like women would buy it and poison their
Not a
husbands
Calvin
with
Klein.
it. Aqua tofana. Now in Sears.
Takes your breath away.
Sears at Dillard's.
So they bided their time and they were trying to create just the right undetectable mix. And how they were able to know whether or not the poison was working correctly is they would create different variations of the poison, and then the Marquiese would put them in treats and take them to the hospital with her because nobody would notice if sick people were getting sicker and dying. So she would practice on them to figure out when she had gotten just the right dosage of poison.
Wild. Did not see that coming.
You thought she was all like sweet and like just out there to help the homeless.
Dude.
Not today.
Ooh.
3 years after St. Croix was imprisoned, Marie's father, who believed that they were totally reconciled, again, like everyone believed that she was completely reformed. She had gone to her dad and apologized for her behavior. So they had developed what he thought was a very good, close relationship. And this is 3 years later.
They're playing the long game.
They're playing the long game. So she begs her father to come visit her in Paris. You know, please, like, Daddy, I miss you. Let's, like, I want to be close again. So he comes and visits her. And the two are extremely close. They're seen around town together, hanging out together. Things seem good. But then the father gets sick. And he's like, God, I got to get out of this nasty, shitty Paris air. Like it smells like shit here. Yeah. So I'm feeling sick. I got to get out into the country.
Smells like shit.
So he goes off into the country, and he then asks his daughter if she will come look after him, because that was totally normal. No one thought, twice about that. Like, will you come and kind of be at my bedside while I'm healing?
Duty, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's like, of course I will.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
It would be my pleasure, Father.
Yes.
Father.
You're like, oh no. I wish you could just title the episode that. It's just an audio title. So he was super, super happy to have her by his side. There are some reports that even say that, like, he joked with her about, like, oh, I wish you could have come out sooner by the time she finally makes it to the country. And as soon as she got there, his health started deteriorating slowly at first and then very rapidly.
Oh, thank God she's there.
Oh my gosh, I know, to bring him so much peace.
Oh,
so
in his hours of need.
He ended up calling a lot of the best doctors to come out and tend to him, but whatever, they did, he just kept getting sicker and sicker and eventually died with his daughter by his bedside. Oh. She had given him 27 doses of poison.
Oh. Feels like a lot.
Yeah, it seems like a lot. A couple of years later, so we've moved on a couple of years there. She's fucking smart about the way she's doing this.
Yeah, I know.
She is playing the long game.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I got you fuckers.
Yeah, I'll teach you to fucking arrest my boyfriend.
That's a grudge.
Yeah.
No
grudge
shit.
holder.
Oof.
A couple of years later,
she's a Pisces.
How dare you? Oh my God. Listen, I have to say this for the record. I believe that male and female Pisces are very different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just fucking around.
Listen, I'm not a neat.
I have to bleep that out too.
A couple years later, in 1670, the Marquise suggested to her brother Francois that he hire Jean Hemlin, who was also known as La Chousse, I think is how you say that, as his personal valet. She paid the servant to poison Francois as well as her other brother, Antoine, whenever possible. So he was Francois's valet, so he would poison him just with reckless abandon, just every day. But then the two brothers would oftentimes dine together, so he would poison them both whenever Antoine was around. And by September of that year, both brothers were dead. So
they must have got whatever their dad had.
Oh my God, it's crazy, right? Like, so weird. Yeah. Antoine's widow had suspicions that Marie was behind it, but couldn't prove it and was scared of Marie. So she fucked off to the country. She was like, you know what? It's not worth it.
Like, I think you did it, but no.
Can't bring him back.
This inheritance is not worth it. I'm going to go.
You can't bring him back, so I'm going to... bye-bye.
So by this time, after all of that, it's been years now. Probably, I think it's been almost a decade or so. At this time, soon after the brothers were dead, the Marquise and St. Croix became estranged from each other. They really didn't, they kind of broke up, sort of. And it doesn't seem like it was bad terms. It was just like they drifted apart after all of that.
Poisoning.
Okay.
Jesus.
So they drifted apart after that. And St. Croix ended up dying suddenly 2 years after the deaths of her brothers because he was experimenting with poisons in his laboratory. And he had a glass mask that he wore over his mouth and nose to protect him from poisons. He was trying to create. So Catherine de Medici there was a rumor that she had created these gloves that anyone who wore them would die. So he was trying to create a poison that like you could put on objects that if you just touched the objects, it would kill you. So that's what he was trying to create. And his glass mask broke. And he ended up inhaling the fumes and dying. So he died of his own like poisons in his laboratory.
Shit.
That she was still paying for. They broke up, but she continued to pay for the laboratory for him. Yeah.
Yeah. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Yeah, you know.
Exactly.
Might need to call him sometime. So he was in debt and he had no heirs. So his property was very quickly seized. And this is when you got to be like, St. Croix, my dude,
Sir.
my guy.
My man.
This was an oversight on your part. So among his items, there was a small red casket. It was about like 18 inches long. And it had like red leather on the outside. And it was
a Barbie doll inside.
It was one single Barbie doll. Looked just like
so morbid.
Marie. So it was locked and there was a note on the outside of it. And the note said, "I very humbly beg those persons in whose hands this casket may fall into, to be good enough to return to Madame the Marquiese de Brinvilliers.
Come on.
As all that contains concerns her alone. And in case she should have predeceased me, everything in it should be burnt without examination."
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah, fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm
People
sure
aren't
it's
curious
chill.
or anything.
No,
ever.
I'm sure it's chill.
Like, what a weird fucking thing to put on the outside of it.
That is the worst note to put on something secret
I am
ever.
breaking that lock immediately, if
yes.
not
I've
sooner.
already looked, actually.
Yeah,
I didn't even
it's-
read the note first.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
broke
know what's
it.
in here.
It's a red
It's
leather.
a casket.
That's red leather.
I
I'm
need
like,
to see if there's a Barbie doll in here.
you couldn't make it more conspicuous.
Nope.
Like,
Right.
what the fuck? Like, honestly, if I was,
What's in the box?
yes, what's in the casket? If I was Marie, I would be fucking furious. I'd be like, this fucking idiot.
Yeah,
Really?
After years
Of
spent
careful planning.
very careful planning.
Are you kidding
this
me?
fucking
Top-notch
guy?
planning.
Oh, this idiot. So they open it, and of
And
course,
it's the poison that killed him, and they all died. Oh, sorry.
that
That's
would
not-
be a better, like, yeah, they should open it, just explodes in white powder, and then they all die.
Told you not to look.
I told you fucking not to look. You did this to yourself. Inside, there were incriminating letters between the two of them, of course.
Burn the
Save
letters.
that
Why
shit.
would you
Don't
keep
save
the
that.
letters?
It's like, oh my god, it's like people that like save like emails or text messages
Speaking
when
of
they're
mementos.
cheating, and it's like,
Oh,
if
in
you're-
the
if you're
garbage
gonna
bin,
be-
and then empty that trash.
exactly. If you're gonna
Yeah.
be shady, fucking
Yeah.
at least have like a brain cell about it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe don't put a note on the outside that's like, we did crimes and they're in here. Like, Jesus, like,
Wow.
So yeah, there were letters between the two of them. There were also they kept like all of the records of the different times they tried like the different concoctions that they used. Like, this one didn't work, this one did, or like whatever. And also poisons. There were poisons in there as well. So they were like, oh, well, this is suspicious. And as soon as the Marquise had heard that St. Croix had died and that they were like looking through his shit, she got the fuck out.
Good
She
job, girl.
dipped. She got out of the country. So she escaped to London and then to Holland and then ended up in a convent in Belgium where she lived safely for 4 years because
I
apparently
was just gonna say, is she Cassie's like great
Relative, right?
great grandmother?
Could be.
Probably. I think we did have a few Marquises in the family.
There you go.
She have to look.
which I guess convents, they just let criminals stay there. They're like,
like,
oh, I
a
guess they won't.
sanctuary.
Yeah. You know what? I love God. Can I
Seems
please
like
stay here?
that should not apply to criminals.
Yeah.
But I mean, okay. So she stayed there for 4 years until a policeman disguised himself as a priest, went up in that convent, was like, hey, girl, and managed to somehow get her to agree to come outside. And so she came out and was arrested immediately.
Trust no one, girl. Trust
Yeah,
no
trust
one.
no one. You
Yeah.
thought you were safe 4 years in, but
Trust no man.
realizing that she was completely doomed, she attempted suicide twice. First by swallowing broken glass.
Ooh, I hate that.
And then by swallowing a pen when they took the glass away, which I'm like, I don't think swallowing glass is actually gonna. I mean, I guess it could rupture something inside.
Yeah, it'll like internal bleeding and like, it's not good.
but I don't think it's not a proof way of killing yourself. Like, I think I would choose something else. Use the glass to try and cut something seems like a better way. But
I hate all of it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. It gives me chills.
But okay, so she was tortured using the water cure, which is a thing. There's actually a very famous painting of her torture, and it is grotesque because
I need to look this up.
Yeah, because they've got her like bent over a beam and with her legs like strapped, like shackled to a bar, and then her head is bent all the way backwards, and there's a funnel in her mouth, and they're pouring water into her mouth.
Oh my God! So it's
no.
like simulated drowning.
Yeah, it was a very common form of torture in which because if you don't think I went straight to the water cure wiki page and read like all about this, they would sometimes like, when they were torturing them, if they couldn't get them to confess, they would, put a whole gallon of water in them, which is what they did to her. And there's no record that they did this to her, but oftentimes they would like kick them in the stomach until they threw up, and then do it again.
Oh my God!
So they were torturing her because, and this is where I have to tell her, I'm like, honey, this was not smart of you. She had remarked on their way back to Paris that half the people of quality are involved in this sort of thing. So the king was like, say what?
Excuse me?
With all of the aristocracy, because, it made him super paranoid that he could be poisoned. So they were torturing her to try and get the names of the other people involved and the rest of like the aristocracy that was involved in this. And she would not give up any names. She gave up no names. Yeah.
That's why she is related to you.
She is.
Yeah.
That's your relative.
Like, snitches get stitches.
Exactly. She knew.
Off. Yeah, and they forced an entire gallon of water down her. Yeah, her execution is, they hated this woman. They hated her hard. This is what happens when you fuck with the aristocracy. Like they don't like their wealth or their people or their status being fucked with.
Yeah, they're like, Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah. Hashtag.
All those memes, dude.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
So that's it, man. They were like, yeah. Oh, she killed herself in the cell. It's like,
really?
That was like a hashtag going around then. Marquiese. Did not kill herself.
So she was taken to her execution in a cart meant for livestock, which was, of course, insult to injury. They cut off her head, and then they tied her headless body to the stake and burned her body.
Jeez,
so they fucking... And what's really interesting about this, and I don't want to go into it too deeply because we don't have that kind of time, but you guys should definitely look into this on your own. Her death sparked the affair of the poisons, which I believe, Christina, you may have mentioned this before.
I feel like say.
In which King Louis XIV followed up on the Marquise's claims that everybody was doing it and began to look into other suspicious deaths among the aristocracy. And so between 1677 and 1682, accusations just fucking flew.
Yeah.
And it resulted in 442 suspects, 367 orders of arrest, 218 actual arrests, 36 executions, and 23 people being exiled. And the deaths don't include those who died in custody, died during torture, or died of suicide.
Holy shit.
They were all, the people who were arrested and executed were arrested on charges of poisoning and witchcraft. So, yeah, that one, go down that fucking deep dive because it is, you can be on that all day. And I got all of this information from Murderpedia, as well as historycollection.co, and then the Wikipedia pages are wild, so definitely go and check out. I had the Wikipedia page for Marquiese de Brinvilliers opened, as well as the water cure and the affair of the poisons, because there was some crazy shit. And there are crazy in loves because one of the top mistresses for one of the kings at the time or a prince at the time was arrested for this. And they were saying that she was sacrificing babies and all kinds of things to try and maintain, killing other mistresses to try and maintain her status as head mistress.
Fuck bitch.
Dude, at the time, the poisoning and people downright, it's like that chicken in Italy who everyone knew she was a poisoner, and women would go to her and that she disguised it in cosmetics or whatever.
About De Medici?
No, but it's around the same time period. It was just like poisoning was.
It was the thing.
Yeah.
And it had been going on for a long time. I'm just like, how dumb were these people that they didn't realize this was a thing until Marquiese de Brinvilliers was like, by the way, everybody's fucking doing this. So
it was also kind of like a women's thing. That was like, it was like, it was the way to get out of a fucking shit marriage.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like, and you know, in some of the things that I read, they were saying, yes, of course, like she was hurt because this was her lover, but she was also hurt because her family had like auctioned her off like to the highest bidder to somebody she didn't love or care about, and then went and took away like the one thing in her life that made her happy.
Yeah.
And so she was just like, burn it all fucking down, and I'm going to take your fortunes too.
Yeah.
Like, because it's the only way she could get their fortune, because she had to kill off her dad and both of her brothers in order for her to be like next in line to inherit that's like family fortune.
An episode of 1640s Snapped.
Oh yeah. Dude, you push this woman to the limit.
I am so close to digging out the ancestry stuff I have from my grandfather. Like,
totally.
Like, I know this bitch in here.
I'm going. Dude, that makes it into definitely for me at least.
That's one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorites. I've never heard that before.
Oh my god, it's bananas. It's wild.
That's a fucking movie, dude. Why is that not a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio in it? Do you remember that?
For
fucking,
sure.
Like, Man in the Iron Man. That's a movie that had to have been made in the 90s.
In fact,
with some girl with curly hair.
Yep.
Man in the Iron Mask was mentioned in one of the Wikipedia articles that I read. Yeah,
that's just what it made me think
because it was
of.
the same time period.
I loved that movie.
Right?
I never saw it.
That might be one of my very favorite.
That's a
DiCaprio. It's such a good movie.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
You have to. It's real
oh my god,
good.
those like 90s movies. Like, yeah.
Like the Three Musketeers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a real revival for like period classics like that in the 90s. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I want to watch that again.
And what we've talked about this before. What was the first Crazy in Love we did? There was the original movie based off of that. Shit. Totally blanking.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
The first Crazy in Love.
Vanity Fair. What's it called?
Dangerous Liaisons.
That is it.
Yeah.
That movie at the time too. All right around that same time.
Yeah.
Hoi.
Well, we wanted to stand a fan.
And we're going to stand a fan. We've already stand a couple times, but
it's fun.
But it was so fucking fun. This week we actually got to meet Rachel in person, who anyone that's on our Facebook group knows she is just the fucking bomb.
It was really
She's amazing.
funny. I told Anthony, I was like, oh, we're going to go meet, a listener for dinner from the, that we knew from the Facebook group. And he was just like, is it Rachel Esquivel? And I was like, it is. I was like, yes, it is actually.
It's just so cool. And it was like meeting up with a friend. Well, we laughed so hard. We hung out for like hours just talking. It was like an episode of the podcast.
Yeah, it was so fun. Great. It was great.
And her boyfriend,
lovely.
Brandon, so nice.
Super lovely.
Putting up with all four of our wild asses.
Oh, I know. We were
dude. He probably was embarrassed. He was just like, oh, Vay. And you bringing up do you want a sandwich?
Oh, I know.
You gotta talk about that.
You know what was funny to me, Chris? Sorry, not to interrupt, but like I just had like a flashback to dinner whenever we were talking about influencers trying to get stuff for free, and Cassie tried to make a joke to the waitress where she was like, I'm an influencer, can I have this for free? That waitress didn't even crack a smile at all.
She did not think it was funny.
She was not amused.
But I thought when she came up, she'd been hearing that's what we were talking about, and she was fuck you. I even made it like with my crazy voice.
And she just walked away, and I was like, oh no.
We were being like, we were loud, we were laughing or what have you. And then, so the sandwich thing, I don't know why I got into my head that would be a good pickup line instead of like going up to somebody and being like, hey, you want to grab a drink? Like, hey, would you like to grab a sandwich? And I just thought that would be a really good idea. And maybe I don't know, hungry.
I don't know. Listeners, let us know what you think about this, because we have gotten a range of reactions about this, because I love sandwiches.
I know. Okay? Sandwiches are amazing.
If a guy came up to me and said, hey, you want to go grab a sandwich? I'd be like, what?
I might say yes, but it would be confusing. Like, I would be confused first.
I think as a girl, if you go and ask a guy, hey, you want to grab a sandwich? You literally, like, that guy will snatch you up and marry you.
Worsties. let us know if
Let
this
us
works.
know. Yeah. Is this...
Try it out. Feedback.
I need data.
We're
Scientific
collecting
study.
Yeah. Do
We
you want
need
to grab
control.
a sandwich?
Put on your
And then we
glass
need
mask.
We did ask a very confusing young-looking gentleman in a
Oh,
suit
man.
on our way out who
That
was
poor
just
guy.
kind of like,
What?
yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Exactly. It worked.
He
It
was like,
worked.
yeah, I guess. Can I leave now? Because we were like kind of keeping him there for a while. Like, he doesn't want to participate in our
It's like,
conversation.
I have to fill something out.
Yeah. Is this a survey of some kind?
Is Ashton Kutcher here?
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
So before we talk about what we have all watched, I needed to bring this up because there is a movie coming out called The Mandela Effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
And I put the trailer on our
Trailer
Facebook page.
looks
I don't know. I don't
real
know,
bad.
guys. Yeah.
not good movie.
I just don't know how you can make a movie like this seriously, because the moment you mention Berenstain Bears in any kind of serious capacity, I'm like,
I was like, all eye roll.
It felt like a fake trailer. Like
It
some
did.
friends got together and were
Yes.
like, let's
Yes.
make a fake trailer.
some friends with way too much money and
Yeah.
could like do a good production quality got together and were like, let's do. Because I'm like, is coding gonna save the day on this? Like, it's strange. I don't know. I would watch it with you guys, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
it seems not good
Yeah.
acting either,
Yeah.
which is why I say it seems like a bunch of friends got together and made it, because
Yeah. And also, just the story. Like I said, when they brought up the Berenstain Bears in this, I was like, okay, this isn't a real.
It felt like an
one saw-
SNL digital short.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's
Yes.
absolutely like what it felt like. But it didn't make me think about the
100.
goddamn Monopoly Man. I was like, does he not have a monocle?
no.
I didn't know. Yeah, I thought he had a monocle, but that's the thing. The easy explanation is I'm confusing him with Mr. Peanut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally, yeah.
Totally. Yeah,
Where you're
that's
just
actually
like-
probably what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
This is why I just chalk everything up to me having a bad memory.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
Which
I don't
is
know.
the
Which is
truth.
what they want you to think.
Dun,
Bum, bum,
dun,
bum.
dun.
Goes all the way to the top.
Oh man.
So what are you guys watching?
Well, I am still currently watching Castle with Chris. Love that show. But honestly, because we've been so fucking crazy this week, we've not really had time to. It's been like
Yeah,
Monday, dinner with Rachel, Tuesday,
Wednesday,
Digital Hollywood,
Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday, Digital Hollywood.
Yeah.
So yesterday I started because I listened to Boobies and Newbies, and you know what that does to me. I listened to some Boobies and Newbies, and Kelly gets me all excited about reading some kind of romance novel. So I picked one up and I like it. I'm really enjoying it. So, it's so far, I'm not finished with it, but I highly recommend.
Okay.
It's called Always Have, and it's by, oh shoot, what's that girl's name? That I've talked about before. Claire Kingsley.
Oh, great.
It's good. And it's got a lot of that tension in it because it's a friends to lovers scenario.
Oh, I love a good will they, won't they.
Ooh,
Me too.
Yeah.
It's chock
Push
full of
pull
Willy, won't they?
situation.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a lot of tension.
Tension is my favorite.
You'll love it.
God, the amount that I'm singing on this show is just increased.
I know we're
so much.
Be silly today. This is a fun one.
So I haven't really been watching anything new. I did watch the first episode of that show Criminal United Kingdom.
Didn't love it.
What? Yeah, I didn't either. I watched
will say-
one episode and I was like,
I
So
was
stay
okay
here the whole time? That was me. That was my thoughts.
Yes, because I watched it, and I will say I love David Tennant. I think he's fantastic in
love
it.
him.
But when I realized I started the second episode, and then I realized like, oh, this entire thing takes place in the interrogation room. Like they don't go anywhere or do anything else. And I was just like, this isn't the kind of procedural that I'm into.
Right.
Same.
But Anthony took me to a screening of Knives Out.
I can't wait. I want to see it so bad.
Oh my God. It is so funny. People were laughing out loud. It is one of those like real kind of Agatha Christie, almost silly.
It looks like Clue.
It's like Clue. It's like a silly murder mystery where it's like absurd.
I'm
The
excited.
cast is just like
Brilliant.
incredible.
And they're great. Every single person is great. Toni Collette is a vision. I actually thought that
her.
Chris
Evans
was great in it, and Daniel Craig. At first, I was like,
I love him.
First, I was like, I don't know when he opened his mouth because he's got this real New Orleans Foghorn Leghorn accent happening. And I was like, I don't know about this. But once you get the vibe of the movie and you're like, oh, it's silly, then it's great. And he's like, great. So I do recommend it.
You came back around. You're like, okay.
It was enjoyable. Yeah.
I didn't get to watch any TV either, but I did go see Parasite.
Oh, yeah. And you're haunted.
Yeah. It really, the tone of the movie is so bizarre. And I know you wanted to see it.
Yes. Well, I don't think I said this on the podcast, but Anthony was going to take us on our engagement anniversary, and I was like, please don't do that.
That's not the movie. And
it is not a romantic movie.
Not even a little. It left me feeling like I ended up like, I was like driving home, and I went to see it with Handyman. He like, we just like wanted to grab a movie. And so we're like driving home, and I'm just like sitting there, and he's like, did you like it? And I was like, I think so. And then I was just like, got teared up, and I was like, I didn't like it. I don't think.
Oh no.
Like, I do like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, it just like hits in a really weird place. We're talking about class, and it's a movie that makes you uncomfortable. So, I mean, if you want to be challenged in that way, you don't always want to feel that way. Sometimes you want to watch movies to escape.
Yeah.
Go see Knives Out if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I always watch movies for escape.
No, I think
want
that
to be
these
confronted
movies,
by class.
I think those movies are important, and
Yeah.
I'm like happy that they exist.
Yeah.
And I probably will see it at some point. But you're right; you have to be in the right headspace. Anthony is notorious for being bad about like him wanting to go see that like on our engagement anniversary. One time,
read the room, dude.
One time for a date night, we watched Straw Dogs, and I was like, "This is the worst." Like at the end, we didn't know what happened in it, and by the end of the movie, we're like sitting on opposite sides of the couch. I'm like, "Don't touch me." Don't touch me. It's so uncomfortable.
Oh my god! Next episode, we totally need to talk about like just like movies you do not watch or things that you should not do like on a date. If you want to get laid, what are you not going to watch?
Don't put this on.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. We can create a list.
You on the couch further.
Yeah. Like, Funny Games is one of those too. I'm like, Jesus.
I just never saw that.
Like, oh, no. Oh, that was so deeply upsetting.
Yeah. Well, if you have any stories, any
movie suggestions on not what to
exactly or you just want to reach out to us, you can go to our one-stop shop of a website at myworstdatepodcast.com. We're love reading your stories, and we've actually gotten a lot of emails recently too, just people like just reaching out, and getting to communicate with you guys has just been such a special part of this whole process. So please keep emailing us. Join our Facebook group. We have a blast in there. It's so much fun. You can link up to our Patreon, which has, really great bonus content. We've got merch now too. We're wearing our t-shirts. Someday I'm going to get my shit together and order a phone case. Keep atting me. Keep bothering me. I
love the number of people who are messaging you on social media that are just like, this is unacceptable, actually.
I know.
Christina, get that goddamn phone case.
Your shit together. Dude, 2020 is going to be my year. Let me fuck off the rest of 2019 of my irresponsibility. But we will see you next time. Thank you so much for listening.
Cheers.